Hello, my Valkyries. Welcome back. I am with Fox.
Like normal.
Well, I'll have to explain why we call this one paranormal. It's not really, but I'm mixing kind of three creepypastas together. Which you've seen in the thumbnail, Lulu, Zari, and Sally. She's gonna have Lulu's ability with her fog. Sally's abilities, which I have already written down. And Lazari's already. Before we start, I know you're waiting for the other What Ifs part 2. My plan right now is just to get the ideas that I have in my head out and then go back and which one has the most views and make them part 2 first with. Just be a little bit patient with me. I'm overwhelmed.
Because the constant mind that is Laz with her creative writing.
Okay, it's not my fault.
I'm not blaming you. Also, if you see in the thumbnail in the bottom left corner, yeah, there's gonna be a rape scene.
Okay. I'm not gonna define that scene.
We're not gonna go into detail, but it's there.
I'm just gonna say like it's gonna happen.
So if people are watching this have gone through that, I'll link in time zone about past that area if need be.
I am sorry, but I kind of need her to kind of you'll understand why I did this when we begin the story.
And like I said, I'll try to remember to do a time skip for you, for people who want to witness the scene.
I can remind you, and I can. Well, I'll tell you to look at the time when we do the scene.
Got it.
So, I'm warning one here now. It's going to be pretty early when it's going to happen. And I will tell you this, All Might's more of a dick.
And if you can piece it together, you probably already know.
And I am sorry for what's about to happen. But...
And like I said, just the final warning, if you don't want to see that scene, after the video uploads, I'll link a time skip.
Again, this is my kind of first What If doing dark humor, so bear with me a little and give me some leeway.
And that's my job. You guys remember the ultimate supreme evil.
Yeah, just give me a kind of some slack here. I'm like scared that I'm gonna get yelled at for this, but I guess we should begin.
Yep. I'll let you take over.
Okay. Well, we start off with All For One in this story. I know, are you guys like, oh my god, All For One, what is she gonna do? You're gonna find out. Well, All For One and Inko Midoriya are in the hospital. All For One is using a disguise at the moment where I would say he would look. Would look like his normal stuff, just with like longer hair and black. And he changed his blood types. The doctors would know it's him. So we get to there when there is a child born. This being, I'm going to use one of the creepypasta names for this. This being now Lazari Midoriya. She is born like any other child. I literally have to pull up something real quick because I cannot remember all her legs. So she is born with reddish brown hair with black highlights. They don't know why she has this kind of colored hair, but she does.
One doctor assumes that it might be her quirk.
Mm-hmm. Before we go any further, I'm going to have to explain her quirk to you. So her quirk is called, well, two versions I have it for. You guys can pick which one. One being The Soul's Revenge, the other being Never Resting. And you will understand what I mean by this quirk.
And you would know part of it if you know Sally's story.
Yes, and her backstory is mostly based off Sally. You'll understand why, and why there's right warning.
Her abilities are semi-based on Lazari.
And she has all their abilities, but Lulu's only ability is fog manipulation, which that'll come in later. But we get to... I'm going to skip like 4 years. They try to get her quirk evaluated. It doesn't pop up. They don't know. But the doctor says she has a quirk. We just don't know what it is.
And his assistant literally just says, we tried everything. Everything comes out as blank.
Even Dr. I think it's Fujiko, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't know either. And he's Offron's main doctor.
He's his right hand.
So he doesn't know, which has Offron confused, but is also like proud because his daughter has an unknown quirk. But we get to
and let's say this right now, she's a bundle of joy, and Offron even decided to go clean.
Well, he goes clean, but he still has some villainy, which is his kind of underlings doing it, not him.
Mm-hmm. He mostly just gives orders to his right hand, Ujiko, and Ujiko gives out the orders.
I will say this: the LOV is assembled a lot sooner with Shigaraki, Dabi, Toga.
With them mostly reporting to Ujiko instead of Offron himself.
And Ujiko has explained to them that the master is with the daughter, or his daughter.
Wanting to live a normal life, to give her a normal life.
Mm-hmm. As he then explains what they'll be doing, and they understand. As Dabi would ask the question, will we eventually meet this daughter? Often would appear through the computer screen that's always on the wall, saying, you will meet her soon.
When she's ready.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, like, Sally or Lazari has started to open up a lot. And she is now 8. And she's finally decides to meet the League members. All from walking out in person this time. Alphorn does not have the injury yet. Clarify.
And I'm debating, should we give him his deformed face?
No, I have an idea for that. So basically, after like hours, in like years ago ongoing, the LV has seen her as the adopted daughter.
And as the girl they must protect. Because while she was there, she kind of brought hope to all of them. So much so that Dabi just went back to going his vigilante stuff.
Yeah, but Dabi still comes by to check on her.
Mm-hmm. Toga has gone out to work as a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And Shigaraki is just there to make sure everything doesn't fall apart.
Yeah. As we get to where she's 16... You might want to check the time because I'm about to do it.
So 9 minutes 40.
Okay. We get to her walking. She just got out from getting groceries at a store. She wants to take a shortcut through an alleyway. And to be fair, she looks like an adult. But She went through an alley shortcut. All for one, or not all for one, All Might being there, and she gets beat, and it happens. She dies from this. Okay, you can put the end number here.
At 10:23.
Okay, so basically 9 to 10:23. Okay.
Yep. 9:40 to 10:23.
Okay, so basically we go. Alphorn has noticed she hasn't been back in a while. He has a quirk that finds her from blood DNA. He finds her and is pissed. And he knows who did it. And to clarify,
there's only one other person that will hunt him and anyone close to him down.
And All Might knows how old she was. He saw the ID. Scenes happen. So he picks up her body, walks into the LV base. All the League members are there. They all turned all for one, seeing Lazari dead. They immediately turn from happy to angry. In that moment, all of them stand up, look at All for One, and says, "Who has killed our little sister?" All for One then says to the doctor, as the doctor knows what All for One wants. He goes and gets an old ragged book.
Just for the sake of it, has the word Necronomicon on it.
Mm-hmm. This book is able to revive the dead, but it does have a catch.
One catch has two catches. One catch being they don't know when they're going to get revived.
Or what they will come back as. As all of the League of Villain members help do this ritual with Lazari's body being dead center.
As Ujiko says, final step. We need the blood of the two people closest to her.
As everyone looks at himself and he's like, Dobby, step forward. Dobby being confused, why me? As everyone just looks at him like, she hung out with you the most.
As all former plus say, plus when she was younger, she had a puppy love on you.
Oof. Dobby pricks his finger, same with Off One, puts the blood on her forehead, same with Dobby. As they all start chanting in Latin, I believe it is. Old Latin, to be specific.
Ancient Latin.
Yeah, ancient Latin.
Basically, ancient Roman Latin.
Mm-hmm. As she begins to glow, the area shakes a bit. As they would see it would work because of a symbol on her right shoulder. Which, if you don't know, this is basically kind of like a creepypasta symbol that represents proxies.
Mm-hmm.
Basically that. It appears for 4 seconds and disappears, signifying that it worked. So as that happens, Offrun looks at all everyone and says, "It has worked. From now on, all of you are watching over her. Do not let anyone in or anyone out. If you need food, I'll have Kirigiri here teleport it." All of them understanding, they would set her on a bed in like it'd be in Dobby's room. Dobby's in charge of keeping watch.
Mm-hmm.
As days would pass, turn into months to years, as she would be technically 17 at this time. On her birthday, Dobby walks in and sees her standing, looking at him, and just says the words, "Did I do something wrong? Did I deserve this?" As Dobby tears up a bit and says, "Follow me. Everyone's been waiting for you to wake." As she's walking down, she explains her time like in the afterlife. She's kind of explained to Dobby she knows what she is now. She's not really technically a human no more.
As she says one word that sends chills down Dobby's spine. And I don't think I ever was.
Zoe just looked at her like, "What you mean?" As she says, "I'm a demon poltergeist." As Dobby just kind of chuckles like, "I guess we have another demon amongst us." As they get downstairs, Offwin's just sitting drinking, and he turns and sees her with everyone else, all of them immediately hugging her.
Well, for a funny scene, when Alphorn turns, he just drops his wine glass.
Mm-hmm. Basically what he does.
And the shadow of the glass, that's what alerted everyone.
Mm-hmm. They all turn, seeing, little, not itsy bitsy Lazari anymore, but Lazari, and she's a little different. She has as you see in the thumbnail, I think it's the far left picture.
Yes, it is.
She has a mouth on her collarbone, and on both of her legs, there is one each on her thigh.
Yep.
Offering knocks her without a care in the world. As Lazari thinks it'd be funny to open the one on her mouth, collarbone, and just stick out a tongue and kind of poke her father.
Alphorn pulling the father move, saying, "Lazari, no."
And she says, "I'm sorry, I have to explain to you kind of what happened. Kind of the only way to make you let go." Offwin would let go of her. And everyone would sit down for her as she explained that she was blessed by this demon, also known as Zalago, to give her her new powers as a demon. And she is also a ghost called a poltergeist. All of them know him because they've done research while getting the book.
And arguably what Alphorn was hoping she would be.
Mm-hmm.
Since poltergeists are the least harmful.
As she also says, "I've also gained a new ability." As she just lifts her hand, points it to that place, taps it as they ask what happened, as they say, "Go open the door to get out." As Dobby opens the door and she sees a fog, like a thick, you can't see in front of you at all. As she says, "This fog, if anyone's on the outside trying to get here, they won't be able to reach the building. They'll just end up trapped for eternity or ending back from their start point." Often realizing that she has literally become what Dr. Uchikuro wanted to make it a Nomu, but as his daughter. So we kind of skip to them making a bunch of plans as And as a canon, it goes 10 months, there's a lot more deaths around. It seems that there are corpses that have been eaten of heroes. And they all seem to be male. Because ever since that day, every male hero she hates with a burning passion.
On some walls that the body was slumped over with just their skeleton were was bloody words of "Remember me," as a little FNAF reference.
Mm-hmm. As it goes a little further, we get to the USJC. Aizawa noticed the missing kid, but has been trying to find her ever since. As they get to the USJ, Aizawa sees a portal open. Him saying their team protect children, but the first person to walk out shocks Aizawa. It's the girl he was assigned to find.
That's been missing for the past year and a half.
Mm-hmm. As they go, and Shigaraki to her left, Dabi to her right, and not one Nomu, not two, 3 Nomu are behind her. One in, well, technically not behind her, one in front of her, one to the left of her, and one to the right of her. Who's guarding her back? That'd be Mr. Compressed and Toga. As all the low tier villains spread out through the area. As Sally literally kind of floats up, flying, and looks at Aizawa and says, "You I can forgive, but I must see All Might now." As I was curious why, as he asked, "Why do you want him?" As the fog would roll around, blocking the students' hearing and their sight. As she would say, "He's the one who murdered me." Aizawa being shocked at this. As Aizawa says, "No, you're lying. All Might's a symbol of peace."
With Lazari saying he did it just to get at my father, who was a former villain.
Now a returning villain because of what he did. Or do I?
And thanks to his mind and his scientific crew, I am back for revenge.
As I was not believing it, she walks to him and says, "Let me show you the truth through my eyes." Her placing her hands on Aizawa's head and just shows him the memory of her. And he can also experience the pain she went through. As she lets go of Aizawa after 5 minutes. And floats back to the league, the fog disappearing, and just says, "Now do you believe me?" Aizawa looking at her, tears forming. As he knows that All Might is a lie.
And that he's always known something was off about it, but he couldn't put his finger on it.
Mm-hmm. As she looks at Aizawa and says, "Now, here's a question for you, Eraserhead. From one of the people that I can actually respect who are men, besides the ones I have eaten whole. As the one piecing it together, she's the one who's been feeding.
And the one that's been writing "Remember Me," revenge. I'm coming for you.
As immediately as Awa just says, "What do you want?" And she says, "Join me and my crew. Your students will be harmed, but I can't say the same for the All Might when he does appear. I will eat his entire corpse after making him feel the pain I felt."
Then worse. Then 10 times worse.
As all you can see is stuff start to float around her, and the fog beginning to get thicker. Around the villains. The villains can see through the fog. Heroes cannot. Bakugo tries shooting an explosion at the fog, but his explosion stops midway and is launched back at him. Him getting a direct hit in his chest with his own explosion. As All Might finally arrives with the backup, All Might recognizing who is floating in the center.
All Might screwing up and then screaming saying, "I thought you're supposed to be dead. I killed you."
Oh, looks like the truth's out, All Might. Do you want to explain to your fellow students and teacher, or their teacher, of what you did to me?
It's like, doesn't matter. You're a daughter of a villain. You deserve it.
A former villain who was retiring until you killed me, and he is now back. So, are you going to tell them? And I mean all of it.
I have nothing to prove.
Fine then, I'll show them myself. As the Nomos just begin walking with her, two of the students. The fog leaks out of her arms as it surrounds the students, showing the memories. And the backup crew heroes are the same thing. As she then looks at All Might and says, "They know the truth. And so does that principal that you try to hide it from." So, I wonder how he would react. Or should I show this whole entire world what you did? All Might being the big dick doofus he is, says it doesn't matter. They would think I'm a hero. You're a villain. As all the students and teachers look at him with disgust, saying, "The only villain I see here is the fake symbol of peace in front of me." As Sally sends the three Nomu after All Might, as students weren't helping him. We're not at all.
No one was.
After probably 3 hours of her just watching the Nomus beat on All Might, all that is heard is the laughter.
Sally's signature laughter.
As all you see is something appear behind her, a portal. As her father begins to walk out. All for One himself is standing behind Lazari.
As he would say, "Sorry, dear. I think it's my turn to say goodbye to my nemesis, so I may finally retire. Put this to rest.
As she just looks at him and says, "Go ahead, Father. He is the one who put you through your pain and made you start drinking again. And we couldn't even get to see Mother after he killed her. I couldn't bring her back."
Also, just quiet, slowly walking up to All Might.
Offhorn walks up slower, slower, and slower. Finally gets to him. The Nobus are holding him upwards, tight, where he can't escape. As Offhorn just looks at him and says, "Looks like I need to finish the job, All Might." With All for One taking All Might's quirk.
What was left of it? What was left of it, at least.
Mm-hmm. Lazari knows who has it now, but what was left of it has been taken from All Might. As he goes skinny, and All for One just looks at him in disgust, saying, "This is for the people you've killed and the wrong you've done." As he immediately puts his hand on him and sends a poison through him, and says, "This will slowly kill you. First, your vision will go, your hearing, your taste, till your whole body shuts down, and it will be agonizing."
As All One then adds, and to make it worse, even if you find a healer that is willing to heal you, I've modified this in a way where if you get healed, it would poison the person that you've asked to help.
As All from the walks to our lovely Lazari. As Zari looks at basically the class and says, "Now, I hope you heroes change, because if you don't, I will come and eat you whole."
My father will come out of retirement again.
As they go back to the portal. And, mind you, Lazari had recorded the entire thing and watched and played the memories of her through the cameras. As all you see the next day is All Might statue burned to the ground, All Might merch destroyed. Everything of All Might is gone, vanquished off the earth.
Those people that still stood by All Might, saying that she was a daughter of a villain, who cares, were ostracized. Some even hung.
Mm-hmm. The town made them their witches and burned them to a crisp on a cross. The ones that went in hiding didn't live for long because Lazari found them, ate them whole.
And if Lazari didn't, Dobby found them.
Oh yeah, Dobby found them.
And if Dobby couldn't find them, Toga would find them.
Yep. And as it goes, we get to the sports festival. As
with the main presenter being All for One.
Mm-hmm.
Who is now known as the revolutionary.
Yeah. As Lazari is standing next to him because she's only competing in the last event. She doesn't want to drain herself too much.
Uh-huh.
As they go throughout the entire exam. It going as canon without technically deku there, so everything goes to canon. Just bump their places up by one. Basically how it goes.
Basically.
And this time it's Black Ghost Team who gets the 1 million point headband. As that happens, then we go to the third round, which is 1v1s. And basically, I'm gonna make this guy actually. First, she goes up against Ida. Poor Ida. As soon as the match starts, Ida gets possessed by her. And he is walked out the ring.
Into the audience perspective, they just see a miss go towards Ida.
Mm-hmm. As she looks at the camera, like, the key of possession. How lovely. As she then walks out the ring with her winning the round. Her next fight might be Todoroki. Todoroki actually, not being stingy as he was with his fire, because of her pain, he felt was a lot greater.
And it felt
he felt her die.
More of his own insecurities.
He felt closer to her just because of the pain they went through.
And realizing that his pain is mostly just his insecurity.
Hers being physical and death. Then having to readjust to her new body in life. As they both go to, I'll say this, a good fight. She actually says, no quirks, Todoroki. How about we just do this the old-fashioned way with hand-to-hand?
I gotta warn you, though. Your brother taught me how to fight.
Mm-hmm. As he would say, my brother's alive? Yes, he's kind of like my big brother.
And in a way, I'm kind of your little sister.
Mm-hmm. He had to watch over me before I came back to life.
And I'll give you a hint, too. You saw him. Black hair.
Mm-hmm. Black hair, and I believe he had scars now.
And I believe they were purple.
Some staples. Ring a bell?
Very bad piercings.
Oh yeah, very bad. I still have to help him fix those. And Todoroki just says, wait a minute. You're talking about Davi.
The #1 vigilante is your brother.
Also, my big bro. So I guess I should start calling you little bro. But I am not calling your father dad.
I'd rather die than call Endeavor father.
Mm-hmm. Todoroki then says, let's do a fist fight. Maybe I can tutor you on your way. Because the audience is confused. Because they thought that'd be a quick battle, but
They're okay
off on realizing.
They're strangely okay with this. Mm-hmm. And the audience is strangely okay with this.
Mm-hmm. The fighting actually being new, because Todoroki usually just insta KOs them. Todoroki actually doing a fist combat battle, which as he's doing it, they can see Lazari kind of teaching him how to fight in fist close combat. Him actually gaining more of a close combat experience, getting better as the audience watches, them being amazed as she finally says, I can't keep them entertained for too long now. Sorry, Todoroki.
I'll teach you later.
She just knocks him out. Says, I'm sorry, little bro. And she then just holds her hand and says, "I win." As she walks out carrying Todoroki to recover the girl, with her next fight be
Bakugo.
Bakugo Katsuki.
Actually, it should be Monoma.
Well, Monoma, we know how the treatment's gonna go.
But it'll also be a funny scene.
Okay, we'll do Monoma first. Monoma tries instantly to kind of copy her quirk. But he just kind of falls through her. He tries this for like an hour. The audience is now laughing because she keeps on just go through and through.
As one person says, "Man, I didn't know you had a comedian in your school."
And she just looks up. Oh, I'm totally comedian. And she just does like the cat pose and goes, "Yeah, I'm a cat, and he still can't touch me." As he falls through her while she's doing the pose. And she just looks at
like, he says, "Nope." He just raises his hands like, "I'm done. I'm not dealing with this."
I was like, well, I guess I went by default. As Momo just leaves the ring, it's like, okay, now I confirm victory.
As Momo is walking away, Wall is walking away with his hands, but it's just double backwards, flipped off.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm not doing that to you. I hate blondes. Well, guy blondes, be specific. As the next fight goes, which is Bakugo Katsuki. As we get to the kind of fight, this one's going to be more of an interesting battle because Bakugo tries to explode her, but it doesn't work. Because of the wind she's launching out, immediately nullifying it. And she says, "Do you know you can kind of try to concentrate it?" He would then try it. Actually, learning his AP shot a little bit sooner. As he would actually, she would let it hit her. As it wouldn't really do much. And she said,
As she literally,
"It does."
as the smoke clears, she just gets up saying, "Well done."
It did quite pack a punch, but I'm sorry that I would have been dead, but I'm kind of already dead.
But also alive.
So sorry, but this kind of one-sided. But I still kind of agree with your choice, Bakakatsuki, so I'm just here for fun, technically. And she then just falls out the ring with Bakugo. I'm like, I'd rather not be a winner just based off me because of what I am. I'd rather have it be a draw or something.
You know, kind of the sportsmanship light way.
Mm-hmm. As they would get their medals, as that would go. There's the interns. As everything would go to kind of canon to the interns. But Alpha One actually being an intern with Zari. Or the Zari going to Alpha One's intern. I worded that wrong. As this happens, the Stain is about to kill Ito. Zari just kind of possesses Stain and says, you okay? Forgot your name. What's your name? And he's just like, I was kind of blue-haired guy.
No, I was just saying the engine kid.
Yeah. She's kind of so engine kid. Why'd you attack him? You're trying to murder someone.
Not cool, bro.
Not cool, especially when I've done it. Trust me, leave some guilt. It's not fun.
As she said, like, but if it's against men, I don't care.
Yep. But this one I can kind of relate to. So you can't kill him. As she was at Stain's body, and Stain just sees her and she's like, "Oh, you're that you're off once kid." And she's like, "That's me."
There's like a
And
Sally signature bright smile.
As off one standing behind Stain is like, Stain's just like, "He's behind me, isn't he?" Lazar's like, "Yeah."
Well, it's nice knowing you.
He won't kill you, but he's kind of gonna take you in. Your dad kind of attack Engine Boy over there.
And you know, he is technically part of the provisional government, part of the government now.
Which sucks for you. But I'm sure I can get your, sentence lowered, so relax. Or I could just bust you out.
Mm-hmm.
And that would happen, they leave. Should I end it there?
That was only 50 minutes.
It's only 50 minutes?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it'd be longer.
Well, 46, just getting close to 50.
That'll be the shortest one I've done.
But the longest still being the last one.
Yeah, the forest arc wouldn't really happen in this one, to be fair, because League of Villains work differently now.
Really, the only conflict would there be is Nine's little group and the Revolutionary Army.
Great, I can make this in one shot.
Yeah, why not?
So basically we go to the kind of forest arc. They get their training done, but Nine appears a lot sooner. And he has these two kids kidnapped. I cannot remember the name, so please do not ask me. But if you've watched the movies, you'll know. The two kids kind of are dropped randomly by Nine. And they run as they see Sal or Lazari appear out of Nine and kind of just poke Nine as he just kind of falls limp. And literally he can't really do anything. He's just kind of like paralyzed. It's kind of like his soul was sucked out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Nine's kind of pronounced dead. The revolution. I forget what happened to the revolution. Shit. Well, basically with the kind of revolution, technically kind of Sally possesses everyone. Kind of takes them in. Kind of where it happens. I know this one's kind of like not as interesting what if at the end, but it kind of happens when you make a story like this. That would be pretty much it, though. Man, this has to be the shortest what if I've done. Guess that's really it for this what if. Huh. Well, before I go, I guess, gotta explain some stuff to you. Just a reminder, I will be getting to the other what ifs that are done. Part 2s. Just trying to get the ideas in my head out there. Just see how you guys like them. It gives me kind of a better view of what I kind of want to do. This is kind of one of my first attempts at a villain sort of what if. So, sorry if it's bad. But it's me trying. I'll get better as kind of I try more. But I guess that's really it. You have anything you want to add, Fox? If you're here, that is. Where did he go? Well, I guess till he gets back, I'll chat with you guys, I guess. If you guys have any kind of ideas you want me to do, feel free to comment. I'll try to answer. I usually look at the comment section every 12 hours. So I'll see your comments and I'll try to kind of base what if ideas on them. It may take longer because I kind of tend to write some ideas then base a story off it. So it may take me a little while to get to yours, but I'll get to it. I won't kind of round about and just skip your ideas. But don't really know what to talk about while he's not here. Kind of awkward. So this is weird. How do I put this? Oh yeah, I'm sorry if this was kind of disturbing with the scenes I have, but I'm trying to reach a new territory, so I'm sorry if it's bad, but if you guys have any like tips or things that help me out with this kind of stuff, feel free to comment about it because I need help in this department. I'm not that good in this area. But guess that's really it. I have to wait till he's back, so give me a minute. I guess I'll just have to edit part when I was edit it. But this is Laz and Fox. There you are.
Yep.
How are you?
I'm ready for the next one.
Oh. Well, that's it for this video, I guess, then. Bye.
See you guys next time.